Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Artificial DM. We're going to take another look into r/RPG horror stories. Be sure to stick around till the end, because I'm going to make sure to have at least 2 stories per video from here on out. This story is from the user, my name's Jeff62. The session that I didn't do a thing and wasted 3.5 hours of my life. Spoilers for Cursive Stroud. So, the title's a bit misleading, and you're going to find out why soon. So, we're playing Cursive Stroud on Roll20. We're usually using Discord to communicate. The story happened 2 to 3 days ago. We're a fairly established group with a fairly tight bond and an insane warlock wizard that doesn't really fit. So, the cast. Me, a Githyanki war wizard, Pally, tiefling paladin, ranger, half-elf ranger, and warlock, a warlock/wizard hybrid, which was absent from the session. So, as stated beforehand, we're playing Cursive Stroud. Our group has just finished helping Rictavio getting him to his tower, and we've even killed some of the hags that went to lick their wounds when last we faced them at the old bone grinder. We've met up with Lady Esmeralda and saved her from Vasily's zombies, which got us a nice contract of, "You stick with us, we find your monster." My character appreciates both her martial and magical prowess, and is thus fairly into knowing who she is, and wants to become good friends with her. We go camping in the woods in order to take a long rest. The camp includes the party, Rictavio, and Irina, which we never leave in one location. First watch is mine and Esmeralda's. My character has a good role-playing moment with Esmeralda as they're talking about the material plane and magic. Her backstory, my backstory, and it ended with my character pulling out a card from her Taraka deck. I got Wizard, which has the art of an old man with some good old eldritch tentacles on it. She dubs it Lord of the Stars, and I think it fit my Githyanki wizard almost to the bone. It lasted about 10 minutes, which were admittedly pretty fun. Then, it's Rangers and Rictavio's watch. They have a cool RPing moment too, talking about the tower, the music of Barovia, calmness, and stories of old, which is a cool concept since the ranger wishes to multiclass into a bard, so they think Rictavio can influence that for the better. That moment also lasted about 10 minutes. Then comes Pally's watch. The DM has it planned, apparently, that Rictavio and Pally will go to Kreska alone without the party. He deliberately made the encounters that we should have there less difficult because he wanted only Pally to go to Kreska for backstory purposes. I'm not against this in any way, shape, or form, right? I was okay with Pally going to Kreska alone, but I didn't like the fact that the party had to sit there and watch the Pally do cool stuff while we're just here twiddling our thumbs. We watched her cut down bad guys, climb walls, destroy important MacGuffins that I don't know about, because I just ended up browsing Reddit for the entirety of the 3.5 hours. I could have done that without wasting my battery and my schedule. I'm playing D&D. 1.5 hours into the session that's dedicated to the Pally, I just got up and started making steak with my dad and brother. And that's what was the better point of the session, because I actually did something instead of just watching our paladin have all the fun. I at least ate some steak. Apparently, the ranger just sat in front of his monitor, pretty much watching a 3-hour-long YouTube video. He literally sat on mute and did nothing, watching the Pally and Rictavio doing Kreska things for the sake of the Pally's fun. I would like to mention that I'm fine with backstory leading to some in-character decisions that may call for a split, but I'm not fine with the game wasting my time and our characters are getting literally nothing done, as we're just snoring in the woods, doing jack. I conveyed to the DM that I wasn't too keen on it and have yet to get a response. TLDR, Paladin uses 3.5 hours of the session, which is all the session, to get away from the party and do cool stuff without us, while the rest of the party sat there and watched her have all the fun. If you're spending more than half an hour with one player and not changing it up and going, okay, now we're going to go back to the other players, you might want to reconsider the game that you're running. Or you might even want to just hold a one-shot with that player so you can work out some of their backstory. Our next story is from Lemon Flavored Melon, the time someone threatened to cancel our group. A little backstory. I was playing my half-orc monk, who was adopted by an old dwarf couple, both a doting mother and a retired drunken master. My boy, Crunch, the nickname he earned through his many exploits, was good friends with the other dwarf, since the half-orc grew up practically like a dwarf, just 8 feet tall. One campaign, we had a cowardly elven sorcerer who was a librarian from a rich part of the city. We were setting up camp, and as the elf was reading, the dwarf and Crunch were making fun of the elf like dwarves do. In this campaign, dwarves and elves have the stereotype that they just don't like each other. It was at the moment that my half-orc said, "Aye, remember when the finger-wiggling knife-ear ran from them goblins? You could practically see the trail of yellow behind him." All in character. Then, the elven player slammed his fist on the table. "I don't appreciate racism." The table was quiet, as well as the GM. It was all in character," the dwarf player was saying. But the dude playing the elf wasn't having it. "No, I do not tolerate bigots. It's racists like you that let Trump into office." No joke, he literally packed his things and left. He tried to slander our group to the other groups, that we should be kicked out of the store and our games cancelled in the future, but everyone told him to screw off. Do you believe that the players here stepped over the line when it came to joking about different races in D&D? If so, I want to hear about your thoughts down in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, give me a like, and if you want to hear more stories just like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Until next time, hope you feel inspired.